all the time, whenever I'm on my computer or on my phone, I see continuity photos of all of you guys. Like,
Oh, no.
on my phone. And all of a sudden it'll be like I'm like, oh, I remember that.
We were such hams. That photo. Do you remember the photo? We were talking about like some of the photos, but that one of like David Henry when it's like on the mantelpiece in the loft. This is like a deep cut, but that one where he's going like or whatever. Was that a continuity photo?
Was it on set? Oh,
and it's in the opening of the show. But I think it was a continuity photo that they thought was like hilarious. Yeah, we'll have to send it to you because it's a really funny like picture, and I don't do the face justice, but yeah, it's something like that. But I think it was like a continuity photo. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, the best continuity photos are from Puerto Rico because I think we were all still drunk when I was taking them.
And that's where we shot the Wizards movie, where Jen came out only for a brief time, but we were in Puerto Rico, and I have the Puerto Rico book.
There's a Puerto Rico book?
Yeah, there's all these pictures in this one, and there's a great picture of you. And I'm all over this one, by the way.
Yeah, because you were drunk all over Puerto Rico.
But you're in here in the wardrobe thing doing the Shannon, which is you're just like this. You're just like hands up, shoulders out.
So wait, hold on. There's a Deloise and then there's a Shannon?
Yeah,
I love it.
And
I have never even seen that.
But for reals, what was the biggest difference between the show and the movie? For people that, like between a movie and a TV show, what's the biggest difference?
I mean, I think in general, like the sitcom is kind of like cheap and cheerful and like you just have fun. It's like everyday life. It's your family, it's your home. It's, easy.
Right.
And a movie, we were in rainforests and shitty weather and fun weather and half drunk and
apparently Shannon was drunk or half drunk
the whole time. So
question. In the movie, we're wearing these like I don't know. I thought they were very out there, like the purple and black, like wizard outfit things.
Oh, yeah, those were
like,
weird.
Who came up with that?
That was weird.
Do you know? Like, was that written?
That was all Mona. Do you remember Mona May?
Was she doing the
designer.
On that? Okay, so it's her fault. I don't know. I just didn't like those outfits.
No, wait, hold on. I remember because it was a different person. Because you came from the show.
It was Mona.
But Mona was different because I remember.
I came from the show.
I remember Harper's outfit. I was like, why am I in this Madonna 80s thing?
I feel like it was the most creative yet not creative thing to work on a Disney show. I mean, the most creative part was honestly your dresses, but which ended up being scripted anyway. So,
but also too, like I remember it didn't start that way. Like I remember like it started the first season because it all kind of like snowballed from the like rainbow socks and the sunflower shirt in that first episode that we did.
Right.
A crazy 10-minute sale. And then it like, I think we started doing a lot of florals and like fruit and then we ran out of fruit and then it just started like, and then like, I think by like, we did, we were like, we can't do like apples and watermelon anymore. And then I remember it like it did start to get scripted, but I remember like going in wardrobe and loving it because it was such like a cool process to see like you guys finding like some weird like seller from like Wisconsin who made the like little things that we would glue to the thing, like I don't know, like it was just so cool to see how you guys would like
it was fun
figure that out and make it so much more than what was scripted because it was always more than what was on the page. You guys did such an amazing job with that.
You loved it. You wore every single thing that we ever put on you.
Aww.
It made my job so much easier. I always joke it's so much easier to make people laugh when you're wearing like a cactus off the side of your head.
No, but also Jen, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Jen was like at 14, she was 48 years old, you know what I mean? And like a duck fell off one time and I'm like, oh, Jen, it's so tough to win. You're like, it's the job, Deloise. It's the job.
Like I did not say that.
I'm here working, okay?
You're kidding. Did I say that?
But I mean, is that not a good example? Like you were like, I'm here. I'm a worker and I'm doing my job.
I was always a professional.
But like always a 14-year-old. Yeah, but a 14-year-old normally would be like, I don't want to do this. I want to go to my room.
I will say though, there were quite a few times because these were my high school years, right? So there were quite a few times that I would invite like crushes to set, and then I would watch them stay for maybe 30 minutes, see what I was wearing, and then very quickly be like, I'm good, then like turn back around and So it wasn't great for
F
like
those
my
guys.
love life. Well, sure. But I mean, we were teenagers. But it wasn't great for my love life, but great for comedy.
I want to know one thing from Jen. Did you always know you wanted to get into nursing while you were acting?
Yeah. No. It was something that because after the show, I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and that's where the nursing came from. Because it was something where it's like I had this whole life-changing like diagnosis, and that made me go, okay, I want to make sure I help people that have to like go through this. Because I had a long period of like not knowing what was going on with me.
Which is so frustrating.
Which is so frustrating and like so hard. And so I experienced a lot of different like nurses and stuff. And so I still love acting and I still act. And so for me, that was a way that I could be able to like give back and help people that went through a similar experience, but be able to still act at the same time. So that's where that come from. So no, I mean, my dad passes out when he gets blood drawn. Like I have no medical people in my family. It was never, I always liked health sciences, but like it was just never on my radar until I had that like big life-changing thing at 20.
It's so amazing that you do that.
Thanks,
kudos to you. You're saving people's lives for your
job.
That
and cleaning up their poop.
Cleaning up poop? That happens when you're a parent and a nurse.
Yeah, it's true.
And by the way, when Shannon said that she's had children, you've given birth to a soccer team. You have 4 boys. I mean, come on. You did well done. Are you done? Did you figure
really
out what
cute.
was causing it?
Yeah, we finally stopped. It's fine.
And Shannon's husband, Jason, is working on The Rookie, and I just did an episode, but we just didn't cross over one day. I missed them for a second.
No.
I was going to ask you that, David. So you coming from a comedy Disney show and jumping into some drama roles, how is that for you?
Well,
do you want to get back into doing more comedy, or are you enjoying?
I just want to do this podcast is all I want to do. It's interesting because comedy or drama. It's,
people love that question.
It's all the same because acting is coming from truth. If you're being honest with yourself about stuff, you know, because Jen and I teach acting to kids, and you have to just get in touch with what makes you feel good, what doesn't make you feel good, and how you're reacting to something. So if there's comedy coming at you and you're doing, I mean, there is a cadence and a tempo to sitcom writing and stuff, and it is different. I think when you're doing a big movie and stuff like that. But yes, I love doing all of it, and I think my favorite thing I've ever done, I did a guest spot on Rosalie and Isles, and I played a crazy person.
Yeah, that was so
where
good.
I kidnapped. Is her name Ward? She was on one of the 2 leading women who were both very talented. I kidnapped her, and in my mind, I thought that she was my wife, and I tied her up and all this stuff, and I got to be all crazy, which is fun. You get to explore. I think a big part of it. You tell me if I'm wrong, but I think all actors want to play like the crazy killer. You know what I mean? They want to let that come out.
After Wizards, I played like a bunch of stuff where I was possessed by the devil and murdered everyone. That was like my 3 projects after Wizards.
Right?
It's so fun. I know. I was like, why do I keep getting hired for this? I was a little concerned, but
I think that one of the best things that casting people can do is hiring someone who's known for comedy to be the bad guy, because then you're not
There's something
thinking,
unsettling about it too.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. If you do have to compare, I think comedy, in my opinion, is harder than doing drama.
I agree.
Because there is something about making someone feel is different from making someone laugh. You know?
Well, because it's very easy to know what makes you cry versus what makes you laugh.
Yeah. And we did a good job of making a lot of people laugh. Shannon, we have a special thing on our show called the Crystal Ball question. Are you ready?
She's like, I don't know what you're doing.
This is a wand. This is a wizard's wand. I'm picking out a question, and Jen is going to read it.
Okay.
Stand by. Here it comes.
All right. What did it mean to you to be on Wizards at the time and now years later?
Do you know what describes me the best is literally this onesie.
Yes.
Every onesie.
You're wearing a plaid onesie. For people who can't see Shannon, she's wearing a plaid onesie, and she looks
glorious.
Fantastic.
It's glorious.
Oh my God, she's dancing around and perfect.
She's shaking it. I love it. All right, I'm gonna.
So many things.
You can move.
Take it easy.
Hold on. Here's the key question: does it have pockets?
Does it have pockets?
It has pockets, but not in the
Perfect.
butt. So when you have to go to the bathroom,
Yes.
it's the only thing you have to take off the whole thing.
I
So-
know.
Okay,
All right.
here's one more question.
Okay. What would you have told yourself when you were on Wizards? So where you are now, if you could have told yourself when you were on Wizards, what would you have said?
just to soak it up and enjoy it, and to realize that, those are the golden years. They're the best times. It was
Yeah.
a really, really special time in my life.
Thank you so much for watching that clip of Wizards of Waverly Pod. For the full episode, go check it out on our Wizards Pod YouTube channel. The link's in the description. And for bonus content, weekly, join our Patreon. The link is in the description for that too. See you soon.